Last month we released a video discussing 5 MMOs that we're looking forward to, and now we are back with another 5. But before we dive into all of that, we have a very special announcement to make. Throughout the month of December, we will be hosting the first ever giveaway on this channel, the Yule Games Giveaway. Up for grabs are 4 separate Steam gift cards, $100, $50, and 2 $25 gift cards. If you'd like a chance to snag one of these, make sure you're subscribed and comment down below, Bumbles Bounce.
Didn't I ever tell you about Bumbles? Bumbles Bounce!
The entries are open from now until December 15th. Make sure that you check back on December 17th to see if you're the lucky winner. Starting off our list is a game that took everyone by surprise when they dropped a trailer nearly a year ago. We're talking about the Quinfall. This game is an indie MMO from Turkish developer Verawak Technology. To say this game is quite ambitious would be an understatement. Right off the bat, it features an action combat system in a fully open world environment. The game is said to feature multiple biomes with vegetation exclusive to each one. Moreover, as the seasons change, so will the weather, affecting the locations and players. They even showcase an example of water flooding, which can cause certain areas to open up or get closed off. Quite an in-depth system that they're boasting, but it doesn't stop there. Players can open their own shops and taverns, create their own music, and take part in card games that won't cost them their life savings. Still not impressed? Well, don't worry, there's more. You'll have puzzles to solve, areas to discover, all while you travel through time to uncover the mysteries of Quinfall. Did we mention this game is quite ambitious? Let's get into the professions. They stated there are 11 in total, but we were only able to count 10 from what they listed. Those 10 were treasure hunting, farming, cooking, chemistry, fishing, husbandry, logging, mining, gathering, and hunting. This game will also feature a trade system similar to the likes of Arcade. Now the caravans, as they're calling them, will require mounts in order to pull them. To acquire the mounts, you can either tame, breed, or buy them from the stables. Mounts can be upgraded to improve their speed, and the different mounts will provide different advantages. If all of that still wasn't enough, you can build your house in certain areas of the world and set sail on the open seas. The world is a true sandbox experience, and we're curious to see how much of this they can actually deliver on. Now, as you can tell, this game is promising a lot, and currently we've seen nothing to back it up, other than that trailer from almost a year ago. We really hope they can deliver on all of these promises, as the game sounds absolutely astonishing if they can. But don't be surprised if things don't go as planned with this one. As with the monetization, it's currently listed as a buy-to-play game over on Steam, and it's set for closed beta launch on January 30th. Up next, we've got a spin-off to an older title, Perfect New World. This time around, the game will feature 4 classes for you to choose from: Galeblade, Berserker, Mystic Sword, and Dragon Spear. All of the classes are gender locked, and there's not much of a description when you're selecting them. As for the combat system, it is action-based, though there's also the option for tab targeting. It is currently in what they're calling an Equilibrious test, which is pretty much just a closed beta. And so far, the combat in this game still feels a little clunky, but we'll try not to be too critical about these issues at this time because the game is still in testing. Another thing that may turn some people away from this title, though, is the massive amount of cutscenes, as they're all currently unskippable. On top of them being unskippable, the voice acting is a little rough, to say the least. But who knows, maybe they'll add a way to skip these before launch. Finally, there's the monetization model. This game will be free to play, and so you can expect it to be heavy on the pay to win side. If you have some nostalgia for the old Perfect World game, feel free to hop into this one, though we would suggest not investing too much into it unless you've got some deep pockets. You can expect this game to release sometime in 2024. Onto a game that's in a bit of hot water right now, that's Tarisland. This one is now being dubbed an open-world classic MMO coming to PC and mobile from developer Tencent. It features a tab-targeting combat system, 10-player raids, 5-player dungeons, crafting, and PvP. Currently, there are 9 different classes for you to choose from, but they're all gender-locked. However, they do have a plan in place to combat this by releasing alternate versions for every class. For example, the priest is a female character, but they will introduce a male variant who might be called a cleric. Diving into the content of this game, the first feature we'll go over is the raids. As we mentioned before, these will be for parties of 10, and you'll progress through multiple phases, being offered unique challenges with complex mechanics. There's no dodge button here. so you'll need to make sure you fully understand the mechanics to avoid or block incoming attacks. And upon completion, you'll receive various rewards and titles to show off your achievements. Moving on to the PvP, there are currently 2 options that are playable at this time. 1v1s, which probably don't need much explaining, and then there's the Competition Conqueror, which is a rotating PvP that changes daily with various objects such as capturing points. As for the crafting, this is where you can achieve the best gear in game, though there is an energy level associated with it, and you'll only be able to pick one profession at a time. Let's go ahead and get into the monetization, as this game originally boasted that it will be free to play with a zero tolerance for pay to win. Though currently, this is up for debate based on some recent updates to their cash shop in the open beta. After they were confronted about these issues, they removed the non-pay to win from their description on Twitter and replaced it with the word classic. You can decide for yourself what you think this means. For now, we'll sit back as the drama unfolds and wait for it to launch sometime in early 2024. Mixing things up a bit, we've got Dune Awakening. This game is coming from developer Funcom and is a survival MMO where you awaken to find yourself stranded on the planet of Arrakis. Let's go ahead and talk about the world first, as it is one of the key differences of this game. The planet is a harsh desert environment, and as in any other survival game, you'll need to maintain your thirst in order to survive. On top of that, you'll occasionally be met with rough sandstorms that will require you to seek shelter and can cause certain areas of the map to open as others become closed. Next on the list of deadly environmental factors is the infamous sandworms that you'll need to be careful not to alert to your position. The map in this game is divided between a PvP zone and a safe zone, allowing you to experience the game however suits you best. For those who do wish to work together, you'll be able to form guilds to work through various challenges or wage wars. The combat in this game can be broken down into 4 separate forms: vehicular, abilities-based, melee, and ranged. You'll need to gather resources and establish a base camp for operations and to weather out the storms. There are a few modes of transportation you'll be able to acquire. The last thing we need to talk about is the leveling system, as it's very unique. In order to progress your skills in this game, you need to consume spice. Because of this, it will also be the main factor for wars, as this resource is not easy to come by. As for now, we can assume that this game is going to be a buy to play, but currently the release date has not yet been revealed. Though they are planning a closed beta test soon, so we can speculate it will be available sometime in late 2024. Another game with time travel on this list is Chrono Odyssey. This game is being developed by Napixel and features an open world environment with some of the best looking action combat we've seen on this list. It almost gives off BDO vibes, though there are some big differences. Diving into the combat, this game features a weapon swapping system where, let's say for instance, if you were playing a paladin, you might be wielding a sword and shield, but then maybe you want to swap to a lance. This system looks pretty cool from what we've seen of it, and the swapping appears to be seamless. As for the classes, there's a total of 6 so far that they've introduced: Swordsman, Sorceress, Paladin, Archer, Berserker, and the Assassin. From what we can tell, all of the classes in this game do seem to be gender locked, as in all the footage they always appear to be the same. Some of the features this game has to offer are the random events in the open world that can support over 100 players. Then there's the raid bosses, which seems very similar to the world boss system in Guild Wars 2. The dungeons in this game will be procedurally generated to help keep things interesting. As far as those who are interested in the PvP, they mentioned the large-scale realm versus realm battles, though we don't really have much detail at this time. All in all, this one is sounding and looking pretty good. We definitely think this is going to be one of the bigger launches we'll see, and we look forward to giving it a shot. As far as the monetization goes, we currently don't have any information on that, or the release date at this time. Though based on what we've seen, we expect it to enter testing relatively soon, and you could probably expect it to release sometime in 2024. That's going to wrap things up for this list. Do you plan on playing any of these, or is there another MMO that you're looking forward to more? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget your keyword entry, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a single video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.